Hi, my name is Jay Savage, and welcome to the Switch Podcast. Today is, well, I guess this is the final episode,
The wrap up.
supposedly, and, well, you already know who it is. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy!
Hello, I am Tommy J Housman, and I think we just finished a movie.
Yeah, well, it's not finished yet, but
That's right. So today is Tuesday, April 28th.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it is.
we have
Yeah,
like,
because tomorrow's April 29th.
yeah,
The movie shows May 1st at 7:30 in the Lutz Lab in Hyde Hall at the University of Evansville.
yeah.
It'll screen there, and then it'll be available for everyone to watch digitally, and we'll distribute it out in the email blast. Um, Probably Saturday or Monday, in between Saturday and Monday. So I am expecting the movie file, beginning to end, from title sequence to the end of the credits, to be delivered tonight, and then the sound is being worked on right now. They will merge the two together, and hopefully I'll have plenty of time to do all the things I need to do to prepare it for Friday.
I know, what do you even have to do?
I need to upload it to Vimeo and fill out all the information to have it ready to be submitted to contests and award shows.
Oh my gosh. And if like let's just say like I happen to be like a student or I don't know, a producer who wants to see like what students are doing at the University of Evansville, and man, I wanted to watch the new short film they came out with, but I just wasn't able to make it to the showing, like where could I watch it?
Fireside.evansville.edu /the dash switch dash movie. So if you just go to the Fireside Aces Radio website, fireside.evansville.edu, you can click on student media productions, and then the movies and the productions that we've done so far are right there, and you can click on the switch. And on that webpage, you will see everything that we have done this semester in 16 weeks, all the things that we've accomplished.
Yeah, which it's been a lot.
Yes, it has.
It's been a lot. Yeah, honestly, at the start, when when you like asked, "Oh, who wants to do a podcast?" and I like happened to raise my hand. I didn't think I'd be doing this
I
many.
don't think you knew what you were getting into.
No, I actually had no idea. I was just in the mood to say yes to
Yeah.
anything.
Well, I'm glad you did. You've done a really good job, and I think you've learned a lot. And I think I'm going to put you in like more podcast roles next semester. So yeah, I think it worked out well.
Yeah. So, when it comes to like the short films that we're doing, will all of them like will there be like a limit to, I guess, how many? Like, will you eventually have to make another website for all of the short films that we've done, or will you?
We should be okay. I mean, I might change how we do it and how we store it. I mean, maybe they'll need their own website. That's possible. Um, but right now, I like the umbrella of Fireside Aces Radio to kind of be that place where we host it, because we're doing so much. Like the podcast, that's under the umbrella of Fireside Aces Radio. Some of these podcasts air on live radio, and we use the stream in order to put out a lot of podcasts. So I thought it was a good place for it to go, because the Crescent website is more about the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I guess it could be possible in the future that we have an entire page dedicated to short films, especially since uh, I plan on doing one every 16 weeks. So this is going to be an every semester class. So that means that if I continue to do this for the next 5 years, which I do, that's, you know, that'll be ten short films.
Yeah, because you started the video production class this year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Last semester was the first time I taught it, and this is the second semester.
Yeah, and when I talked to John about it, he was telling me that last semester you tried to get like the sound production team to like join in and come on with it, but
Right. Well, I
it didn't really work out.
it didn't work out because I thought that a lot of it I could handle on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I always love the idea of collaboration. Student media here at the University of Evansville, I think we've built a hub for collaboration between departments, between the community, between classes, and through change labs. So I like the idea of collaboration, but I just didn't really think about it, and I also didn't know exactly how I was going to go about this. I knew what I wanted to do. I had a rough outline, but I didn't exactly know how to go about teaching it, and I knew it depended a lot on how students reacted and understood what it was that we were trying to do. I think the first semester there was a lot of imbalance between what I expected of the students and what the students understood and how I outlined that information in front of them.
Mm.
So, and this semester, I kind of took a hold of the reins to make sure that we had everything that we needed. But and this semester, maybe not everybody got a chance to do everything they wanted to do, but now all of you have helped me build a template. So that website that we just talked about, I can show that website to the class next semester and say, this is what we have to accomplish, all these different things. And now you guys can choose among yourselves, like who wants to do what, and here's our deadlines we have to meet to accomplish all these things.
I mean, I would want the next class to do better,
Yeah.
but man, I don't want them to do better than me, but I do hope they do better than me. You know what
Right.
I mean? I hope
Yeah.
they do better than our class because we're gonna be the template
Yeah. Uh,
that that shows everybody else
I think that's the goal,
what to do.
right? Is to get better. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about like what will we change right now? Because I think that we have a really good product. Everything looks really nice. Everything was done really well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so what would I change? Well, I don't want to change the parameters, and I'll talk about the parameters here in a minute.
All
But
right.
I wish that we would have had more time or more cameras or a way to get those secondary shots that we didn't get. The
Yeah.
shots from the other side of the table, if we would have more cameras or had the ability to shoot the scenes a couple more times from different points of view, that would have made me a little happier.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned to accept it, and this is why, because these are the parameters of this entire production, is how to do this minimally, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody should step away from, and walk away from with this is that we did a minimal project to high product and gave it high production value. So we took one room, we shot in one room, we shot in one day. We took 16 weeks to prepare for all this. So it took the first 8 weeks to prepare. We shot, and then we took the last 8 weeks to put it all together. Right.
Yeah.
So I think this was an exercise in minimalism and in flexibility and an experimentation with improvisation. I think that we took some models and just like tested them, say, how can we do this simply but effectively? And that is what I'm kind of most proud of. So even though I would have liked to have seen more camera views, I have to remind myself that we did this with zero budget, equipment that could not uh, function the way that we wanted it to function because we didn't have the battery packs that we wanted. We weren't able to plug the cameras into the wall. We didn't have everything that we need from a big production crew. Um, but I think that what we pulled off, I think we all should be really proud of.
Yeah. And I mean, also like even this podcast, I know we have these mics and we do have the cameras and everything and the computers and whatnot, but like I mean this too, anybody could do this, you know. It's not like these cameras could be your phone.
Yep.
Your phone could also be your mic.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could just set it up and talk about it. And I mean it really shows that like you can you can make whatever movies, you can make whatever films, you can use whatever, you know, free software that's out and exists, and you could use all of these things and still make something that is worth it to watch,
Right.
something that is of high production value.
I think it's a good point. I think you shouldn't be afraid to be creative. I've always lived in this space. Like, if I only had this, right? If I only had this camera, if I only had this computer, if I only had this device, if I only had these microphones, and to an extent, that's been true most of my life. But as as technology's adapted and advanced and gotten better, you're right. You have a phone. You have a phone. You can just do a lot of this stuff with a phone. You might have to do it from multiple angles and multiple times, but you can accomplish it with a phone. You just have to have the patience and the desire to learn.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I definitely have I've caught myself doing that a lot, where I will say, ah, if only I had like a better computer or something, like especially when it comes to playing like video games. A
Yeah,
little off topic, but
yeah,
um
that's relevant.
I think I think I'm always thinking like if I only had a PC, I could play this game or I could do this thing or but um I think part of me has realized that it's kind of just an excuse.
Yeah,
Most of the time it's really just an excuse because there's already things that I could be doing that
right.
could work just as well or be like just as fun and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I think that's a good way to look at it. Is what can you do with what you have, and I don't want to dismiss what we have. We do have this whole room, this set up this room. It's about a little over $5,000 probably to set up this room. So we have some pretty nice cameras. We have some pretty nice mics. We have a nice computer. We have some monitors over here that are pretty fancy, so we know what's going on. But it's it. But this didn't come all at once. We built it a little bit at a time. But we took the cameras that we had, which are nice cameras, but we have Black Magic cameras. But we don't they've been beat up because they've been in students' hands for several semesters, right? For several years.
Yeah.
And so they don't function as great as they used to. And the battery power is just not there. And we had limited budget to buy new batteries or new lenses. We had to use what we had. I have a keyboard and a Mac and GarageBand, so I was able to make some music. And still, even with the music, I was like, how do I do this, minimally? So I think the whole practice is a good experimentation with minimalism. And I think that just because you don't have the best gear and the best tech doesn't mean that you can't create something. But the gear does help. It's nice, especially you can definitely tell the difference when you have a good camera. But
Yeah.
and it does make it a little easier, but that doesn't mean you can't start and work your way to get to that industry standard equipment.
Yeah. Cuz what if you buy all of the things that you were looking for and you start and you find out you actually hate it.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
this and you learn so much along the way about how to do things with equipment that doesn't quite do what you want it to do.
Yeah, it makes you a little bit more creative.
Yeah, I think so.
Um they always say that limitations force creativity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they do. It does. That's good.
And I'll say I've definitely learned I think well, I have learned a lot about podcasting and
Yeah,
how that stuff works and it's helped me be a lot more comfortable with being on camera.
yeah,
I but I'd also say like it's pushed me to do some of my own projects and things like outside of class.
right.
Like the video I showed you.
Yeah, yeah,
That was kind of done with the same philosophy of the movie. I mean, I literally like went to Walmart and I just bought like the first like tripod, cheapest tripod I could find. It was like what, like $14.
yeah.
It was like on sale, it was like $12 or something. I don't know.
Right on.
And it barely worked. I hated it. I think it. It like broke halfway
Yeah,
through. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't even last like the whole
yeah,
like a whole 2 weeks, but it did get the job done, and I'd say it turned out well. Like when I edited the video and everything turned out exactly how I wanted it to be, and you know it didn't take didn't take all that much. It didn't take a like $10,000 cameras
yeah.
and a film crew, and it took what I needed it to
Hmm.
make.
Right on. So, I guess I want to take a minute to, um, since this is our wrap episode, is to thank everybody. So I want to thank John and his class for helping with us and collaborating with us, and he's agreed to continue to do this in the future, so we can continue to collaborate, and hopefully maybe we can get some other classes to collaborate with us as well. I would like to see, um, perhaps, so if you're listening, I would like to see some maybe students write something and turn it in and see if we can have some sort of contest for the script for next semester. Uh, I want to thank everybody that's in the class. I want to thank you for doing all these podcasts and working just a little bit extra than everybody else to do this. And the class. I thank you for being patient with me as I try to figure out how to teach this because I still haven't quite figured that out yet. I just know that I needed a foundation, and now I have that foundation, and I can thank this class for that. And then, of course, this class is repeatable, so you can take it again. And maybe if you wanted a little more camera time, I can get the camera in your hands a little bit more often. Now that we have this template, we can spend a little more time on the fundamentals of how to accomplish this. But of course, if you take the classes before this class, you're supposed to learn some of that stuff in those classes. So I have two. This is one of my advanced classes, and this is one of them. So I want to thank the actors. I want to thank Hayden, and I want to thank Ralston. I want to thank everybody for their hard work. Elijah and Jamie and Daphne and Guldana and of course the two in our class. I think they're stars now. Yeah, they haven't
Yeah,
had their
they
glasses on.
yeah, I definitely think they're
they're
star actors.
they're pretty funny.
Mm.
Um, so Kennedy and Elijah. So I'm really grateful. I'm really thankful, and I'm humbled by this experience. Of course, I am really nervous about making sure that everything still gets finished. So we shot 2 podcasts today. That's all the podcasts were finished, and we're just waiting on them to merge the video and the sound together. And we got some more posts on Instagram to make, and then we're just waiting on Friday at 7:30.
I know. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let all right, I'm gonna let everybody know. It's Friday,
yeah,
May 1st, 7:30. Let's Lab. If you can't show up, you know where to go. Go to the website.
yeah. It'll be on the website, ready to watch, probably Saturday morning, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it and see what everybody thinks. And we're gonna enter it into the local film festival immediately. Um, so I think it's called a Victory. So and Victory Film Festival, I believe it's called. I'm looking really forward to seeing what everybody else thinks about what we've done. See if because I think we got something good. You think we got something good?
I think we have something great. So
Okay. So hopefully everybody else enjoys what we've done, and I think everybody should be proud of what we've done.
yeah, how do you feel about like I don't know, because you put so much like of yourself into the film. Like, is it like nerve-wracking? Are you like a little nervous?
No, I'm exhausted. So it's we're working on a documentary too,
Yeah.
and so which that screens um, May 6th at 4 o'clock in the Lutz Lab as well. But how the story gets told, documenting Journey to Justice, And this episode, it's an episodic series, and this episode is about the Freedom Riders and Hezekiah Watkins, who was the youngest Freedom Rider. So I've been working on that too, and then but this project, I've been leaning into this project heavy, and I put a lot of myself in it, and you can tell that by the credits. When the credits roll, my name's in there a lot. But I think it's okay because I really wanted to, I really needed this class to help, like I said, to help me build this template. Um, but the story is, it's from me, it's from my experiences. It's it's important to me. I really feel this responsibility to try to use an empathetic narrative to help connect with people and help them understand what just everyday normal people go through, and that having situations like this happen to you to where you have the power go off is not a reflection of who you are. It is a reflection of how our society is. It's not something that you have done wrong. It is something that our society has done to us, and that there is a path forward to fix that. But one of that path is first is that you can't like victim blame. You should have paid your bills on time. You should make more money. You should get a second job. You should have gone to school. You shouldn't have gone to school. You should work at Toyota. You should work here. It's when you're working against a system that is constantly making you pay for what they want to do. And if you want to know more about how that system works, you can listen to my podcast, Gaslit: The Power of Story, which you can also find on fireside.evansville.edu. But there's a whole system here that is working against you. And if we can connect with people, if we can use the power of story to explain that it's not our fault, and maybe we can take some of that shame away from the people that this happens to. So this system is oppressing you, and hopefully this touches people and opens a pathway to some critical thinking and some understanding.
Yeah, because that's what I hope all film directors, all filmmakers, and just people who make short films in general, that's what they hope to do.
Yeah,
They hope to, make something that gets people thinking. And I'm really glad that I was a part of this class, and
awesome.
I'm very thankful that you have been just such like an amazing professor, such an amazing teacher, guider. Like, I mean, I think I already knew like I had some sort of enjoyment with like I don't know, just working a camera and like filming and editing videos, but I think like you've I don't know, you've helped me realize that tenfold.
Yeah,
So I want to also thank everybody, for doing as much work as they did, for for pushing me as far as I did. Really appreciate it.
yeah. Everybody did a great job, and like I said, I'm thankful for everybody. Um, go see the movie.
And one last thank you, for everybody watching. And this has been Switch.